top 5. And you can see the camaraderie amongst these guys that didn't make the top 5. They realized what it took to get here, some for the very first time, and others maybe for the last time. But they're getting their moment in the sun here by having a big pose down for the fans. Congratulations to all these 212 guys. I championed this 212 division because they were disappearing, Dan, amongst the giants, so it makes me feel really good to see these guys up here on the main stage. This used to be held over in the Expo, and now they've arrived here at the big show.
All right, they're going to bring back out the top 5. Flex Lewis, Jose Raymond, Derek Lunsford, Kamal Lagarni, and Ahmad Ashkenani.
Our story is live right now, so a lot on the line here while it's fun. Try to help the judges make their decision here tonight. Let's send it down to the judges. 16.
Thank you, Bob. Flex in between Derek and Kamal. Kamal, stay there. Everyone spread out. Gentlemen, quarter turn to the right. Quarter turn right. Quarter turn right.
All right, Sean Ray, as we go through these quarter turns, I'm going to pick your brain a little bit and see if you can give us some insight on how this thing might play out as the defending champion, Flex Lewis, is in his spot in the center, adorned by Kamal to his left and Derek to his right. Jose Raymond on the far left and Ahmad Ashkenani on the far right.
Aesthetically speaking,
side chest.
Derek Lunsford has the best looking structure. But again, it's a little raw, needs a little bit better condition, needs a little more muscle maturity. Flex is owning this lineup right now.
Back double bicep.
Jose's not where he needs to be, especially throughout the midsection. And again, Ashkenani's missing a little bit of detail in the hamstrings and the front quadriceps, which then leaves us with only 3 guys up there that this show's going to come down to. And Kamal is obviously the most conditioned, I believe, out of all of them.
At this point, is there any question in your mind who's going to win this competition?
I'm going to reserve that for the open class. This one right now, I got Flex Lewis winning this competition, going away into retirement by the quality of his muscle.
There's just enough things right about that physique, about that look, about what he was able to bring this stage. As the defending champion, it's going to be tough for him to be defeated, but you can see what's to like about Derek and Kamal. Their physiques are tremendous, and just a little tweaking, a little fine-tuning, this competition could have gone another way, but Flex Lewis, as they say, did what he had to do.
Absolutely. Well, the thing about it is that, okay, then there's second and third. And Kamal is making a very strong case to be the runner-up. Structurally, Derek has a better, more aesthetic physique, especially in the lower quad.
All right, well, here we go. It's the final pose down in the career of Jose Raymond, and of course, one of the first in the young career of Derek Lunsford as his career continues to skyrocket. Flex Lewis has moved away from the pack on his own as the tradition of the defending champ. He will ask the other 4 to chase him around the stage as you used to do so often, Sean Ray, back in the day.
Yeah, following the champ's not always the best thing to do when you find your own real estate, but Derek feels like maybe this is the last opportunity while Ahmad Ashkenani is establishing himself as an individual here.
I do want to say, Kamal Lagarni from Libya, he should be incredibly proud of what he has brought. He is a star, was born this weekend. He's an exceptional bodybuilder. A good case can be made that he did everything that he had to do. The question is, on a night where the defending champ came in looking the way he did, creates a difficult dynamic for him to get over the top. But he is a big-time superstar now in this division, and when this show is over, he has to be on any list of contenders now going into next year.
Absolutely. And Derek is holding his own on that back double bicep next to Flex Lewis because they're both relatively in the same kind of condition. Derek needs a little bit more upper pecs and he can use some more biceps as well. But Kamal is holding his own and represented very good here tonight, while I think Jose Raymond is going to probably wind up in fifth.
And by the way, as we talk about Jose Raymond's final contest, Flex Lewis has said he's not going to compete for a while, and there's no promises, there's no guarantees that he competes again. He has said he's going to walk away, he's going to catch his breath, he's going to reassess all aspects of his life. So
sometimes walking away, Dan, or take a break, take a year off, it might be the best thing for him.
Sure. So at the very least, we know we're not going to see Flex Lewis for quite some time.
I won't be surprised if we don't see him here next year if the timing's right, because he can wind up in the top 6 of Olympia, Dan. And that might be just enough appeal to do it one more time before you walk away. It's hard to make a comeback. So if you're going to ever do it, you want to do the Open, he could come and do the Open next year, and he could be in the top 6.
The fifth place award representing Midway Labs with Vice President Ms. Catherine Colley.
Well, Sean Ray, here we go.
The fifth place award, the check for $3,000, and presented to Jose Raymond.
All right, so in his final appearance ever on a bodybuilding stage, he goes out in the top 5. You could say he's gone out on his own terms, a very formidable, a very respectable showing, and you can be sure those two have had more than their share of battles. There is a tremendous friendship, a tremendous amount of respect between Flex Lewis and Jose Raymond, tonight's 5th place finisher here at the Olympia 212.
Absolutely. He commands respect just from the journey that he's been on. We all know how hard it is year after year to do this, Dan. And these athletes know that Jose's done it better than anybody else.
Presenting the fourth place award representing Muscle Tech, Ms. Nicole Mariello. Please take the fourth place award, the check for $5,000 to our fourth place finisher, Ahmad Ashkenani.
Well, last year's runner-up falls to 4th this year in 2018, and you can be sure this was not what he came here for. He was not pleased with the way it went last night, and quite frankly, I'm sure he's not pleased with this outcome, but he's taking it with a degree of class and respect, and you got to appreciate that. Ahmad Ashkenani is not going anywhere. He will be a factor in this division for the years to come. But for this year, he's going to have to settle Sean Ray for 4th place.
He's class all the way. Trust me, he knows who he's losing to on this stage, and they can all take turns at one time or another. But unfortunately, you've got to peak on the night, on the day, and it didn't happen for him tonight.
Welcome back from Midway Labs, Ms. Catherine Colley.
This second and third is going to be an interesting call out, Dan, because of course we know Derek is coming up from the rear view in terms of his youth, but Kamal is one of those guys that's going to be an interesting read in the future.
Please take the third place award, the Olympia bronze medal, the check for $10,000, and presented to Kamal Algarni.
All right, Kamal Algarni, one of the big stories of the weekend from Libya. He takes the 3rd place medal, and you can be sure he did everything that he could to make his case. I know a lot of his fans, a lot of fans around the world have been extremely impressed by what he presented, by what he delivered here at this competition.
As am I. The condition is what got him there. Doesn't have the most pleasing physique, but again, we know how hard it is, Dan, to get ripped up and hold it and peak on the day. Sometimes guys that can do that can put their name on that final list.
Presenting the second place award, Mr. Zach Ziegler, Executive Editor of Muscle and Fitness Magazine. take the second place award, the Olympia silver medal. The check for $19,000 to our runner-up this evening, Derek Lunsford.
All right, Derek Lunsford going to take second place. Sean Ray, a big showing for this young man who was kind of burst onto the scene last year. He stuck his claim to what's clearly a fast track to success, and here he is a year later. And the only thing that stood in the way of Derek Lunsford winning this title was one of the all-time greats, Flex Lewis. So tip your cap to Derek Lunsford. He is your second place finisher here at the 2008 Olympia 212 competition.
We saw him coming a year ago. This is only his second Olympia showdown, and with that being said, the future looks mighty bright for this kid. A year from now, Dan, you can see him wearing
the first place
experience
award,
with James
Kevin
Flex Lewis
Kelly
and going to
and
be
program
experiencing
president,
shortly.
Mr. Jim Mannion. And please take
Derek is paying
the first
attention.
place
Trust me.
award, the Olympia gold medal. The first place check for $40,000. And the title of 2018 212 Olympia champion and 7-time Olympia champion, Flex Lewis.
There it is, the pride of Wales. At 34 years, he has won 7 titles here in the Olympia 212. He said coming into the year he wanted to win 7 because his idol Arnold Schwarzenegger did just that. He wanted to equal that number, and he wanted to exit this division on his own terms as a champion, and he has done just that. He wins this competition for his family. He wins this competition for his family and friends and fans back at home in Wales. And he wins this competition because he is the greatest under 212 competitor of all time. We're back after the break. Flex Lewis has just been announced the winner of the 212 competition, the Olympia 212. He is the champion for the 7th consecutive year. Dan Solomon along with Sean Ray. It has been a privilege to call a very competitive, a very impressive 212 lineup. And Sean, I'd love to get your take on the history that was just made by James Flex Lewis.
Well, I can tell you, Dan, categorically, James has nothing to prove to anybody. He's already proven it, and Bob will interview him now.
All right, here with the now 7th-time Olympia champion, Flex. I know those are words you've been waiting to hear all year. You announced some time ago, Flex, that this was going to be it for you. You were calling it a day on the 212 Olympia stage, and no better way to go out with your 7th title.
Thank you, Bob. Yeah, this year has been one of the most memorable preps to date, and it hasn't been without its ups and downs. You know, as a champion, I'm big enough to admit that, you know, I've fallen many times and I've learned from every one of my mistakes. And this year, you know, has taught me a lot about personal growth, about, you know, just representing what this medal around my neck really means. And when I really put my head into this prep, thanks to a lot of people in this room, you know, I trained for that #1 spot, and I came here to defend, set the record, equal my all-time, you know, greatest inspiration, Arnold Schwarzenegger's record. And I've done it. I've done it! You know, I'm a kid from Wales who had a dream, and that dream was to be on this Olympia stage. I know I'm here. I sacrificed so much to be here. And again, everything in life, if you want something, you've got to go for it. I left my family in Wales to come to America, slept on a sofa, all to pursue this dream. I know this dream is a reality. And again, like I said, I've fallen many times, but I've been going back up, I've dusted myself off, and I've learned from my mistakes so I can be a better person, a better human. And now I can say that I am the American dream. The American dream is alive. I'm living it.
All right, Flex, with no better way to go out. Your buddy Jose just did it earlier. We're going to give you the same opportunity. You're going to stay right here, center circle, my friend. Oh, you got more to say. Okay. It's a 3-hour show, Flex.
It's my last show. I want to say thank you so much for the IFBB Pro League to giving me this opportunity to do what I do, traveling over the world, represent as a champion to each and every one of you. I want to thank each and every one of these judges who have represented and stood in front of me and judged me again all around the world, including the Olympias. Special thanks to the Mannion family, Steve Weinberger, and also my coach Neil Hill of 16 years. This guy believed in me from my very first show, and I am where I am because of that man. And again, living the American dream, I've achieved so much through bodybuilding to now have an amazing house, an amazing life, a beautiful family, all through bodybuilding. Again, guys, believe to achieve, dream big. Don't let anybody talk you out of your goals and your dreams. I was told more times that I'd never do this than I did. You have to believe and surround yourself with the people that are there for you, because my team around me have been there for years. Again, I want to leave this stage by saying one last thing. Each and every one of you fans, guys, you do not believe how much you motivate me. I know that sounds cliche, but it isn't. You've got me out of the hardest ruts, through the hardest training sessions, the messages that you give me. I've put it all into this 7th title right here. From me to you, thank you so much, guys. Seriously, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, get on your feet for one of the greatest champions of all time, 7-time Olympian champion, Flex Lewis.
Well, Sean Ray, they say the Olympia is about the moments, and Flex Lewis just gave us a moment we won't soon forget. It's not every day we hear a 34-year-old talk about walking away from the stage, so I guess it remains to be seen, but his message to the fans, I think, was well received, because I know I have a son in that audience tonight, and those are the types of things that you want these champions to teach and to inspire, and Flex Lewis, you have inspired a lot of people around the world tonight, and congratulations on your 7th and apparently final title.
Living the American dream. We come back to the open finalist, Dan, and this is where the rubber is about to hit the road.
This is it, folks, the last comparison for the title of Mr. Olympia. Let's send it down to the table. Big Steve.
Thank you, Bob. Phil and Brandon, switch, please. Rolly and William, switch, please. Gentlemen, spread out and hit a front double bicep.
All right, the last time these guys will be compared, history will be made one way or the other. You cannot stop progress. Phil will either win or he will not. And either way, it will be a historic moment by the time Steve Weinberger is done with his final comparison.
Side chest.
One side note, that is Brandon's soul brother #1, Curry, that is in that top 5 call-outs. A very unfamiliar place, but well-deserved. I've taken out several big names, including Cedric McMillan and Dexter Jackson and Big Ramy. You now see Brandon Curry making his first ever appearance in the top 5 of a Mr. Olympia
Spread
lineup.
out, guys. Everyone take a step.
Field directing traffic up there, making sure
Back double back.
plenty of room. That's the veteran, especially when you got $400,000 on the line and an 8 Sandow trophy you're fighting for. You want to have plenty of space, Dan, on that stage. Right now, they all are serious.
Sean, I'm going to just ask you this one question. Has anything changed in the way you see this competition from last night
Let's go,
to
guys.
right now?
Man, this is coming down to the wire, because again, we counted the poses, and if we're going numerically on the poses, Sean Roden slightly edges out. But
Side
again,
right set.
Phil's signature poses are carrying him in this dogfight right here, but it's hard for me to